I'd like to call the meeting to order, please.
The first time, I've never thought I'd say this. This is so dumb.
Yeah.
I've never thought I'd say that.
Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Notices of this meeting were forwarded to the Inquirer, Courier Post, Clerk of the Township, the district website, and members of the Board of Education, and posted in the Board of Education offices at 17 Ariel Road, Blenheim, New Jersey. Please note that the board meeting may be audio videotaped. Can we please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz.
Here.
Mrs. Galnick.
Here.
Mr. Gibbons.
Here.
Ms. Gore.
Here.
Mrs. Henry.
Here.
Mr. Hutchinson. Here. Mrs. Johnson.
Here.
Ms. Stantino.
Here.
Ms. O'Donnell.
Here. We're gonna move right to 7.1, Mr. Bilodeau.
Good evening, Mrs. O'Donnell, members of the Board of Education, members of the public. This is always a great event for our teachers and our support professionals. It begins with a request to have our individual buildings identify people worthy to be recognized. Some of those individuals, it's sometimes parents, many times it's staff, many times it's administrators, and they do an excellent job to define the commendable aspects of some of our best teachers here in Gloucester Township. And with that said, we want to recognize them tonight. I know Mr. Cho is going to do most of the pitch, but I'm going to be up there to hand off something to remember this evening. So, Mr. Cho, are you ready?
Ready. Good evening, everyone. As Mr. Bilodeau said, this is really one of the highlights of the school year when we take this opportunity to recognize the 2024-2025 Educators of the Year for Gloucester Township Public Schools. We have two categories where we recognize individuals. We have the educational services professionals, as well as our Teachers of the Year from each of the individual buildings. When it comes to the our educational service professionals, we take honor nominees from throughout the district. We form a district committee, we review those, and then select those that are going to be recognized. So we will begin with them, and then we will ask them to walk up when you hear your name called. If you will come up, Mr. Bilodeau has a certificate as well as a nice memento from the Board of Education to recognize your achievement. So we'll begin with our educational services professionals, and our first honoree is Lori Rubin from Ariel Elementary School. Ariel School Counselor Lori Rubin is always willing to help colleagues in need. She's a trusted staff member to all. Congratulations. Our second honoree is Maria Mazzio from Ann Mullen Middle School. Maria is a wealth of knowledge, always eager to share her ideas. She works hard, improving the emotional well-being of all at Mullen School. Congratulations. Our next honoree, Kathy Schmidt, Ann Mullen Middle School. School counselor Kathy Schmidt has been rallying the Mullen community to get involved in school activities for many years. Her ability to mentor and develop future counselors should be applauded. And our final educational services professional, Tara Toppin, also from Ann Mullen Middle School. School counselor Tara Toppin goes above and beyond the expectations of her role. She leads many resources such as the School Climate Committee, making Mullen an enjoyable environment for all. You haven't noticed Mullen School has the most stable student body out there, but with this counseling team, keeping everything under wraps and helping everyone work through all the issues of middle school. So we are going to be moving on to our Teachers of the Year. First, from Blackwood School, Lisa McGee. Lisa McGee has a gift for making each student feel that they can accomplish anything. Mrs. McGee is an exceptional special education teacher who is a worthwhile recipient of Educator of the Year. Congratulations. From Choose Elementary School, Colleen Van Auken. Fourth grade teacher Colleen Van Auken always has a smile on her face, and her students are first on her agenda. Colleen's classroom management helps all of her students achieve academic success. Congratulations. From Ariel Elementary School, Ryan Thilo. Ms. Thilo's willingness to participate in many district committees and pilot programs makes her an ELA expert at Ariel School. Her work ethic and dependable nature makes Ms. Thilo a wonderful teacher and colleague. Congratulations. From Glendora Elementary School, Amanda Lilly. Amanda Lilly's love of teaching began at home with her mother's strong educational values, being a kindergarten teacher as well. Amanda uses her background in special education to cultivate an inclusive classroom. Congratulations. From Gloucester Township Elementary School, Emily Mason. Emily Mason reinvigorated the long-time Americanism program at GTES as their fine arts teacher. Mrs. Mason has become a beloved part of the school community, refreshing everyone's musical horizons. Congratulations. From J.W. Lilly Elementary, Jody Civitarese. Jody Civitarese radiates positivity and excitement in her classroom and in the halls of J.W. Lilly. Mrs. Civitarese instills a love of school in all of her fifth grade students. Congratulations. From Loring Fleming Elementary School, Lisa Caffarelli. Second grade teacher Lisa Caffarelli is the ultimate advocate for her students. Her dedication to her students' academic and personal growth is evident year after year. Congratulations. From Union Valley Elementary School, Carla Pellicori Gravenese. Carla is an extraordinary educator who has made a lasting impact on the lives of many students. Carla's kindergarten students are ensured personalized learning and support. Congratulations. And now to our middle school teachers of the year. From C.W. Lewis Middle School, Jennifer Cardamone. C.W. Lewis teacher leader Jennifer Cardamone has inspired, motivated, and instilled superior math values and practices in her students. Jen is always there to uplift the morale of the faculty and staff. Congratulations. From Glen Landing Middle School, Nicole McGarvey. Nicole McGarvey has been an asset to Glen Landing's school community since 2012. Her dedication to her craft and work ethic are to be commended. Congratulations. Our final recipient from Ann Mullen Middle School, Heidi Kowalski. Heidi Kowalski's impact on Mullen's school community is profound and her dedication is unwavering. As a sixth grade ELA teacher, Heidi is a collaborative force, always willing to support students and colleagues. Congratulations. And before she walks away, we also want to make sure that we take a moment to recognize Heidi as our district teacher of the year. So congratulations. So we have more for you. Here's your certificate for that, as well as yet another memento. So congratulations. All right, thank you. So again, what a great night for us to honor really the heart and the heartbeat of the school district. We know that obviously anyone involved in our public schools is important, no matter what their role. But those that are clearly and truly on the front lines each and every day are those that we honored tonight. And we appreciate how you represent your colleagues, our school district, and our community so well. So thank you for all that you do. Congratulations. And to honor you further tonight, when we do, and the board decides we're going to break, and you'll let me know exactly when that is. I believe you're also notified down in the lovely, beautiful, as only a public school can do, gymnasium. We've got it all brightened up, and we've got some refreshments, light refreshments for you down there that you can go down and kind of celebrate with those that have come with you and to support you tonight. And we can go down and celebrate there as we break here from the main part of the meeting. If you want to come back and enjoy that later, you can as well. But we will be breaking, and you can go down to the gym to be honored there, further honored there. All right. So thank you.
Okay, wait. We are going to take a 10-minute recess now. Pictures and all of that will be taken down there. So congratulations, everyone. Approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the executive session minutes for April 14th, as well as the public hearing on April 28th?
So moved. Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Gore first, Mrs. Johnson was second. Okay, can we get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz,
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes.
Mr. Givens,
Yes.
Ms. Gore,
Mrs. Callen, did you miss 428? You missed 428. Can we,
14th abstain from April 28th.
we're gonna have to back up just a hot minute. That's okay. Yeah, April 28th. Mrs. Gallen, we're gonna do Mrs. Gallenik again, please.
So April 14th, yes, and for April 28th, abstain.
Thank you.
noted. All right, we're through Ms. Gore, Mrs. Hendry,
Abstaining on 414, yes on 428.
Mr. Hutchinson,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Dentino,
Yes.
Ms. O'Donnell.
Yes. Can we just back up again? I am so sorry. Mrs. Gore, I missed your vote. Was that,
It was yes for 414, abstain for 420.
I think 414 for executive session, that's the one we went in later. I think you went home ill. I think you might have missed the executive. Yeah, she's gonna abstain all the way around. Sorry about that. I should have had that conversation prior to the meeting.
The whole, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
dates.
yeah.
Okay.
If you look at the minutes, she.
I know when she left, yeah.
Mhm. Thank you. Can I get a motion for the board minutes for the regular part of the meeting, April 14th, and the public hearing on April 28th.
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson.
Second.
Mr. Gibbons with the second. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz,
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes for April 14th and abstain for April 28th.
noted, Mr. Gibbons,
Yes.
Ms. Gore,
Yes, for April 14th, abstain from April 28th.
Mrs. Henry,
Abstain from April 14th, yes on April 28th.
Mr. Hutchinson,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Stantino,
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Yes.
Motion carries because everyone is here, otherwise it wouldn't have.
Oh, nice. Mr. Bilodeau, are there any changes to the agenda before I do public comments on the agenda? No.
None.
Okay, perfect. So public comments on agenda items only? Anyone? No one? Please. Seeing none, we will, I know, no, I can't. We will move on. Report of the solicitor?
I'm very tired.
Okay.
He does not
Okay. Committee reports. Can we get the committee report for the special education?
The Special Services Committee met on May the 6th. It met through Zoom. It was Ms. Gallinek, Ms. Hendry, and myself, as well as the members for the Department of Special Services Administration. The committee learned about the various programs offered to special education students currently enrolled in the district. We did review the special programs, special service delivery, and program rosters were discussed. Enrollment projections for the upcoming school year were reviewed. The department is at a maximum capacity for special programs, and there is a significant number of potentially eligible kindergarten students who are currently in the registration process. The department also reported on the overabundance of students enrolled in the special education program on affidavits, which has been an ongoing issue, and the impact on enrollment and the district's budget. Other topics we discussed were staffing, autism program quality indicator results, state self-audit, professional development, curriculum, roadblocks for service delivery, and department goals.
Perfect. Is there any questions on that committee report?
No, but I was there too.
Yeah, she said, Henry was there.
About how many were on affidavit?
What? I was there.
Mrs. Gore was there too.
Correction, Ms. Gore was there too. That's sorry.
Thank you. And I'm spicy.
About how many were on affidavit that you were saying you guys were discussing?
A lot.
A lot. 150, 175? We have a
Not that
lot
she knows that number.
Mhm,
because the process is too easy.
right.
They just sign.
Because, well, when somebody submits an affidavit and they can prove that where they are staying lives in town, we have to take them.
Yeah.
So we're very limited in what we can do other than stay on top of it, and we issue monthly the notices of ineligibility when we find that it's pretextual. I know one thing that I've discussed with Mr. Bilodeau and Mr. Hildebrand is, remember, these affidavits are sworn statements, and we're a public entity, so it would be false swearing if somebody submitted false information for the purpose of attending school in this district. So one of the things that we would like to do moving forward is putting more stringent language, just saying, if you submit knowingly false information, not if circumstances change
Mhm.
kind of thing, but if you submit something that is knowingly false to us, you're committing a fourth-degree crime. And I think we should beef it up in that regard as well.
We would also have to, it's like children, you also then have to follow through with the threat.
That's right.
And then if word got around,
Yep.
yes.
And many of that we see in executive session without getting into too much detail they originate out of affidavit situations. And then we discover there's evidence that is not what's occurring. So that's some of the ones we see.
What
from
is the
time to time.
punishment of the 4th degree?
I have never once in 15 years, Mrs. Hendry, see anyone ever get charged with it. So but the penalty for a fourth degree crime, I believe, is up to 18 months in jail, which is not going to happen. And I believe up to 2,000 in fines, if I recall correctly.
But if you do the letter, you probably could put in the letter their consequences. I
Yes.
think that would scare people more as opposed to like a fourth degree, like,
That's the exact, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a fourth degree punishable by. So that's a great point. So what we'll do is we're working on that and we'll show it to the board as the form.
Perfect.
forward.
Yeah, we need
It's
to
good.
just
It's tough,
continue
but
that conversation.
So
Thank you.
the number was like once, I couldn't, my hearing's really bad.
150 something, right, Dr. Wong?
150, 170? 170 students? Okay. So 9 students costing over $1 million, so we said?
So they're taking away services
from Right.
residents.
Right.
Well, we don't know that they're not residents either, though.
Well, we don't know that those specific ones are. I'm just saying that some that may be here on affidavits
Right.
could potentially be taking away.
Well, but remember, it's okay if you're here on an affidavit, but you actually have to be true. So what an affidavit,
Right.
just to take a more 30,000 foot view of this, what an affidavit says is due to a family hardship, like these are real situations which we see that are legitimate affidavits. Because of family hardship, we are staying with this other person. It's either a family, it can be, it doesn't have to be a family member. And they are keeping us as they are our own, and that the child is their own. And that person has to prove that they're residing within Gloucester Township. In that situation, I think everyone would agree that's okay. It's the people falsifying it. And I think that's a credit to our program that we have. And we have seen, again, without getting too much detail into it publicly, some of the ones are the situation that we've found to be untrue are ones that are receiving services that are attracted to this district by virtue of what we have and what we offer. So it's not necessarily the people who are legitimately here on affidavits and staying with a Gloucester Township resident. It's the people who are just using the piece of paper, not living here, and then getting the services. Those are the ones that are the problem that I think we have an obligation to address as a district and a board.
Agreed.
Thank
Thank you. Any other questions on
All
special
day.
services? The curriculum committee report, please.
Sure, we met on April 14th. Mrs. Johnson was in attendance, Mr. Hutchinson, Mr. Tro, and myself. Nicole Tronco, it's
Petrangelo?
Petrangelo, thank you.
Mhm.
She gave a presentation for the preschool. She told us that the lottery was complete and over 370 preschool children are on a waiting list. And she gave us a lot of statistics and, the students that are in our program are doing very, very well. But the issue is capacity and environment. She puts together a summary and I'm going to read it to you because to me, having over 370 students on a waiting list is not good. And also we are outsourcing to Goddard School. So kids aren't even attending our school, they're attending other schools and then we have to pay those schools. So overall, the preschool program is a quality program and continues to remain stable each year. 80% or more of our students exit the school year meeting or exceeding widely held expectations for their age group in all measured areas. Most scores persistently below acceptable or indicating areas of concern are related to the gross motor spaces, transitions, and/or the environment, largely due to the program sharing spaces that are not designed for or particularly accommodate best practices for early childhood environments. I know that we had a bid out for someone to summarize some space that we could, build for this space issue, but I think we need to light a fire under that because, if I came to live in Gloucester Township and I couldn't put my kid in school, I'd be mad. So And that was what we talked about at the curriculum.
Thank you. Any questions on that? I will say, I feel like the preschool program is just so new and just became available to the residents of Gloucester Township and has grown. I can't even tell you, Mr. Tro could probably give the numbers on, the first year, how many we could house, the second year, how many we could house. I know that where they are is probably not the most ideal. But from where we came from to where we are now, I just think is leaps and bounds. Can we go further? Absolutely. That's just my opinion.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So, with regards to preschool, if ideally, how many preschoolers do we have right now? In preschool?
I don't know that anyone has that number right now.
Mr. Tro would be the person
Oh,
that keeps that
okay.
one, and he's with the teachers.
Oh, 400.
We
Oh,
need,
got it, okay.
can we just turn on mics?
Yeah.
We can hear you, but
Yeah.
if people go back and watch, we're
So-
talking to ourselves.
So with regards to, so we have like 400 kids, let's just say.
Mhm.
And there's another 370 that needs to go to school. Ideally, I mean, because I wasn't in that meeting, is her idea to have 2 preschools and one in like opposite sides of like the town? Like how would that work?
Good evening, Mrs. Hendry.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Yeah, we probably could house about 750 kids if we had facilities. We're kind of tapped out, as everybody, I think, in this room knows. And it's been a yeoman's effort to stick students in middle schools and all sorts of available spots, but we just don't have any space. I originally thought one building could be sufficient, but it probably has to be what the board does in the end. But it's going to be a building as big as any elementary school the district has. And remember, Dr. Martin, for these students, we also need to equip that building for students with challenges. So it may be something on a magnitude of 800, 850. That is a very large building, and it may not be on one floor. If it is at just one location, it may have to be 2 floors. So your point, though, if we did have it in proximity, say north and south for transportation, because it is an adventure to go and pick up 800 children and get them to a single area on time, given some of the constraints that exist in transportation. So I will update the board. It's probably going to be something that you see in district goals. But one of the goals was to get an architect. That architect RFP did go out. Unfortunately, no architects responded to it. So I've asked Mr. McCauley to put it out a second time, and we're going to kind of poke the bear a bit with some firms we know of. If that proves again not to have another architect under the statute, which I'll go over with Mr. Long, if you have 2 times publicly advertised for a service, including professional services, you can go directly to a firm and then begin negotiations as long as it's fair and approved by the Board of Education. So I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I'm trying to give you a thorough answer. We need an architect before we even know some of the answers you've even put out here today and some of the detail that Mrs. Gallick talked about.
If I'm
Yeah,
right,
I was
or
just thinking about the transportation aspect of it. Like,
Mhm.
if you have all those students, eh, because we would use those school buses again for elementary and middle school, like, so logistically, I'm like, wait a second, it might be not just a preschool, it may be 2 preschools.
It's a big example of what Dr. Martin and the Department of Special Services, when we have to go out to unique neighborhoods, pick up children and then bring them to say choose, because that's where that one specialized program is. So now you have hundreds of students. So it's going to be logistically something that's a good challenge, but I think we're up for it. I agree with Mrs. Gallick. You're in town here. We have a preschool program. I think our teachers do a great job in that preschool program. and to have almost 400 of them not being educated in those early years that they're just like sponges, and to get on track, I think continuation of that would be a disservice, and I think we all see that.
Mr. Bill, I just want to
So-
state that you did accurately portray the public school contracts law. So well done.
So with that RFP though, if I recall reading that, and it's been a little while since I read it, but it was pretty limiting of who could respond. It was like you had to be within 5 miles of the district building. It was 50? I thought it was 5, I spread. And yeah, there was a lot of
I think
restrictions
we would get in
of
trouble
who
if there were
could.
5. If it was 5, I think we get in ourselves a lot.
Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah.
that prevents us from calling firms that do a lot of school work and say, hey, we're out here.
Is transportation something that we have to provide for
Yes.
preschool,
Yes.
for the grants we get?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, funding's not guaranteed either.
Yeah, I do want to say that
True.
funding is not guaranteed. At any
Mhm.
time the state gets in trouble, they can yank that preschool money back and the taxpayers are stuck footing the bill.
And we
Right.
have no
And-
idea what the state government.
And this
will
year,
fund
they
either.
took $900,000 of preschool money back. I'm just saying, when the state goes for money, they're gonna go after pre-K.
And we have
I'm
a lot of
just,
special ed out of district. That's already been through the school district. The grades.
Right. Okay. Is that it for curriculum? How about the AI committee?
Okay, that's me again. So on April 17th, we had our AI committee meeting. In attendance were myself, Mrs. Hendry, Mr. Hutchinson, and Mrs. Fritz. Administrators in attendance were Mr. Bilodeau and Mr. Tro. We also had a guest speaker, Stephen Wells, came to the meeting. We learned a lot about what's going on in technology from Stephen. We also we've made really great strides in this committee. Mr. Tro did a survey with the teachers about AI and what they know about AI. And he gave us a presentation of, all different graphs and everything. So our plan going forward is we're summarizing everything. And we also have 3 committee meetings, 3 committee members going to a seminar that's by the School Board of New Jersey on June 6th. And we're going to put a summary together of everything that we learned and all the information we gathered. And we would like to present it to the board probably in August or September. And I'll talk to Mrs. O'Donnell about that when we can fit it in.
And there was a little bit of talk of bringing stuff to the policy committee as well, so,
Yeah,
Perfect.
that was our last meeting and we did that.
Yeah.
Last meeting minute.
okay,
yep.
so AI committee is the committee that are the overachievers, you say. Any
Mhm, mhm.
questions on AI?
That's your favorite committee, right?
I'm not on it, but they really knock it out of the park every time.
Mhm.
No questions about that one? I will do the professional services and personnel. We met on April 28th. In attendance was Mr. Bilodeau, Mr. Tro, Mr. Mercado, Mr. Gibbons, Mrs. Hendry, Mrs. Dentino, and myself. Mr. McCauley was in attendance while professional services was being discussed and the bid process we talked about. And then he exited the meeting. And then we finished it off with talking about various personnel matters. I would like to add a D. Let me do E. The policy committee met as well. Mr. Gibbons did not want to wait until the next meeting to give that report, so he's going to give that tonight.
Well, I could report on it. It happened in the past already, so,
Can you read that all in one session?
yes. Well, it was very short, yeah. On May 5th, we met via Zoom. In attendance was Mrs. Johnson, myself, Mrs. Hendry, Ms. O'Donnell, and Mr. Bilodeau. And basically we just started the ball rolling on revising the discipline steps of, repeat offending, and kind of talked about who should be brought into this and how to set up the next meetings because of things that were brought to our attention from the public meeting. I forget the last one, the 28th, I think it was. 14th, thank you. Yes.
Any questions on that? If you turn on your microphone, you can ask one, Mrs. Dentino. No.
I have no questions, Mrs. O'Donnell.
So we also, we all discussed an ad hoc committee for HIB appeals, because they are extremely time consuming. So I am trying to set that up. I did send emails out. Mrs. Johnson replied. I think I sent it to Mrs. Gore and Mrs. Dentino. We are the only ones that are not on 4 committees. Everybody else is. So I was hoping that you'd join me on that committee. If you could respond to my email, that'd be great. Thank you. Any questions about that? Okay. Report of the superintendent.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Donnell. Item 7.1 has already transpired. Once again, I want to congratulate all the teachers on their just recognition. One discussion item that I did want to add is recently the Gloucester Township Educational Foundation had a fundraiser. It was well attended and it was, as fundraisers go, very profitable. And fortunately, that is what the foundation is for, because last week we had the tragedy of a second grade student pass away in one of our schools. Obviously, the foundation is trying to help that family. We've also had a staff member who was burned out of their home. They are also receiving funding from the foundation. Tonight, the teachers are getting a little reception that the foundation is paying for, and ultimately, all of the retirees from July 1st of 2024 through June 30th of 2025 are going to be recognized by the board and the foundation in early June. So I just wanted to say that, you know, it's great to have the means of a charitable entity to, when for this big family you work in every day, things happen, life things, bad life things, tragic things happen, and it's nice that the trustees of that foundation see fit to, you know, just contribute the money back.
Agreed.
So I have item 7.2A. I'm asking for a consent resolution, 7.2A through 7.6. I'm going to say that's P.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson.
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Gore. Any questions? Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz,
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons,
On 7.6L, let me just double check that's right, yeah. I'm going to abstain on employee 4198. Yes on the balance.
Miss Gore,
Abstain on 5700, 2650, and 2066 for 7.6, what was it, F?
L.
L? And then yes on the balance.
Mrs. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. Hutchinson,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
Oh, we're gonna do, you have an
Okay.
abstention.
Yeah, that's right. Staying on 7.6L, it was employee ID 5721. Yes on the balance.
Perfect, thank you.
Mrs. Johnson,
I'm going to abstain on staff ID number for 7.6L. Numbers 2080, 1968, 5572, 1408, 6208, 4556, and 2037. Yes on the ballot.
noted.
Maybe see mine.
Ms. Dentino,
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell,
Oh, boy. I emailed this to him. I'll do as slow as possible. I am so sorry, but I have a lot. So 7.6A, I am abstaining on, Gilch. 7.6C, number 6687. 7.6G, 0593 and 2273. 7.6J, 5996. And then 7.6L, 0593 2273. 2963, 3396, 3705, 3746, 5882, 6687. Yes, on the balance.
Noted.
Report of the business administrator.
Yes, May seems to always be a very, very busy month. Asking for the board's approval for 8.1, which is the board secretary's cash summary report, all the way through 8.7D, which is the meeting schedule for the upcoming year.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson.
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Gore. Any questions?
I do.
Okay, we'll start with Mrs. Johnson. We'll go around the table.
Several meetings ago, you had mentioned, please, that we were discussing the Mullen electricity,
Yeah.
and someone was coming out to take a look. Do we have any?
Yeah, actually, Mrs. O'Donnell sent me an email about that today. I can tell you this, but I'm still trying to get clarification on it. We were credited $18,000. So, but I don't know if that's all we're being credited. There was no explanation for it. So I'm still trying to reach a supervisor. When you get on those calls and you go through those chains with them, it's like an endless thing. So I'm still trying to get explanation as to why, but I do not think they actually came out and changed that meter, because I keep asking Sonny, he says, no, they didn't come out. So, and I have what do you call there when you call there and they give you a number? So I have a number, but that person, I can't reach that person that originally gave me that number. So, I'm still trying to find out exactly why we got an $18,000 credit. I thought I would got something in the mail, but apparently not. So I'm gonna keep calling.
Can you view it online?
You can view it online.
Well, with this current bill here, we have 4 schools: Lewis, Ariel, Lilly, and Union Valley. And the total for them was $19,726. Mullen alone is $18,790 for a difference of $937. So we've got 4 schools against 1 school with a difference of $937.
And when you compare it to last year, it's astronomical. It just doesn't make sense. So when board members protest things that just aren't working for us, we typically just vote no. And I am going to start voting no on the ACE bills. And then maybe Atlantic City Electric, you can say, look, the board's going to start voting no. We got an $18,000 credit and an $18,000 bill.
Yeah,
It's hogwash.
yeah. I need to get an
It's so
explanation. I need to get
frustrating.
an explanation out of them.
With regards to, the electric bill, do you have like do we have a representative, like a rep?
There's no person that just handles like schools or government agencies, or when I'm calling the same number you're calling in.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's so
No,
frustrating.
no. And then you have to go through the first person, and when the first person can't do anything for you, he puts you on hold for like 15 minutes for a supervisor, and then you get on hold the supervisor, and supervisor puts you on hold, and then they hang up on you and then you gotta call back again.
How about we call the news? How about we just call investigative reporters? We allowed to do that, Mr. Long?
Do we have a right to call investigative reporters? Is that the question?
Yeah.
We are still in the United States of America, Mrs. O'Donnell, so I think,
We have
look,
something
no,
called again.
so here would be the options, I would say. Board of Public Utilities, we could, look, there's no easy solution,
Eh.
but I mean, I think Board of Public Utilities and our legislature.
I think something's
It's
going,
been a year.
something's going on with them. That's why the credit came through. So we need someone to actually tell us what went on. So,
Sometimes you see that when they, change a meter, so I'm surprised that the meter.
no,
hasn't been
that's
changed. I get caught up.
when it went up. When they changed the
Happened to my
meters,
house.
when it went up.
My house won't wait.
Yeah, mine went up.
It's outrageous. Something's gonna, we have to do something different. Start calling our assembly people, start calling our let's do something. We've been asking for entirely too long. Mrs. Johnson, did you have anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Mrs. Hendry?
Yes, with regards to 8.7D, as in Dina, with the calendar of meetings
Yeah.
for next year. What is the thought process in doing it? Do you look at like events already for the school, things like that? Only because granted, we don't have a lot of people in this meeting today, but there are residents who are concerned for both school boards and what's going on in our schools, whether they're teachers or taxpayers, or parents. And then they may be concerned what's going on, in the township. And so right now, with what you have, there's 5 meetings out of 12, so not too shabby. But there is 5 meetings that there is a conflict where somebody may have to flip a coin or rock, paper, scissors of which one they're going to. And I wouldn't want to deter somebody to have a conflict that they're gonna go to one over another. So just wanted some clarification on that.
Mrs. Hendry, you mind if I answer that? Back when this issue first came to bear about 16 years ago, I went to the vault and I determined that the Gloucester Township Board of Education's been meeting on Mondays for 8 decades. Yes, ma'am. So if someone has to move their time, and I don't think it should be this entity, but that's my own personal opinion.
Understood. Could
And
you-
on top of it, when people did approach from the public and ask that the meetings be recorded, I believe this Board of Education has gone full measure to have a sophisticated, we have Mr. Chrisman doing it this evening, and we have cross-train all our techs, so we do put those meetings up. I know you can't make it, but I think we've at least taken the right steps forward. But I just want to add context, but I did go into the vault, our permanent files. That's how long we've been meeting on Mondays.
Could you have a kumbaya with the township to see if they can do something?
Yes, how do you spell kumbaya?
I don't know. Kumbaya.
Sure.
I'm
Sure, we
just
can
saying-
ask. We can
we
ask.
can
It's
ask.
a
I
free
mean,
country,
we're
right?
saying
Mr. Long,
choice.
didn't you say that?
Still a free country as of
Yes.
from 5 minutes ago.
I
Yeah,
see your point. I
look,
just want to let you know.
Here are the rules. You got to meet once every 2 months. Your reorganization meeting has to be in the first 10 days. Otherwise, board sets the schedule, like any other public entity in the state. So, well, no, what I'm saying is it's recommended as part of it and the board approves it. And of course, as Mrs. O'Donnell and I have talked about a few times, and then Mrs. Dentino, when you were president, the board president can call a meeting at any point. Of course, you need a quorum to do so, or a majority of the board members can call a board meeting. But also remember this, that we can add meetings, we can subtract meetings as long as we stay within the guidepost of at least once every 2 months. And again, first 10 days for reorg. Then, it's just a matter of when you can get at least 5 of you here to act on the board's business.
It's a step in the right direction.
We're talking without microphones on and
It's stepping in the right direction.
any other questions? No one? Okay. I have none. I was gonna do my, electric complaint, but Mrs. Johnson helped me out with that. So I have
Same.
no other.
Danger of going last.
Yeah, right?
call me tomorrow. I'll be on the phone with Atlantic City Electric.
And then ABC, CBS, Fox, pick one. Yes. Okay, so can I get a roll call then?
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes.
Mr. Givens,
I'm going to vote no on check 137272. I was gonna do Atlantic City Electric too, but I'll let you make a phone call still on that one. And, yes on the balance.
noted. Ms. Score,
Yes.
Mrs. Hendry,
I am voting no on check number 137272, along with no on 8.7D. Yes on the balance.
Mr. Hutchinson,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
On check number 137282 and 137370. Yes on the balance.
noted. Ms. Stantino,
Yes.
Ms. O'Donnell,
I am abstaining on 8.3, number 137298. That was abstaining on that one, and then yes on the balance.
noted.
Mr. Bilodeau, any old business?
This is O'Donnell, board. I wanted to commend Tom Nichols, who is a music teacher for Charles Lewis School. Mr. Nichols, for many, many years, facilitated the Gloucester Township Night at the Phillies. Mr. Nichols has announced his retirement, and he just does a wonderful job. All of our students in the honors band get the recognition of playing the national anthem at that game. So he's just done a great, great service to this district and all those students and their families. I just wanted to not let that pass without that recognition. That's all I have on our old business.
Is someone else going to take that on now that he's retiring?
I have spoken with Dr. Christo, and there is, yes, another.
We have another
teacher,
Phillies
a
fan?
young- Yeah, hopefully a young fine arts teacher that can do it for a couple decades, but it's going to be difficult to fill Mr. Nichols' shoes.
Okay, great. Any new business?
Not at this time.
Public comments on any item? We used to keep tissues up here. Need a tissue?
Right. Listen, you got your committee reports now. It's a good substitute.
Seeing that, I'll move on. Board member comments? Oh, we'll start, Mrs. Yeah, let's start with Mrs. Dentino. Could you turn your microphone on?
I just wanted to congratulate all our professionals that were acknowledged tonight, Teachers of the Year and Mrs. Kolaski for District Teacher of the Year.
Thank you. Mr. Gibbons?
Yeah, I also wanted to congratulate all the award recipients tonight, and I didn't realize last meeting that Teacher Appreciation Week would have been passed before this meeting here, so Teacher Appreciation Week, and thank you for coming out tonight.
Mrs. Johnson? Nope.
Congratulations to all staff receiving awards at this time.
Anyone else, Mrs. Hendry?
Just want to congratulate all of our teachers. It's pretty cool. Two of my boys had Miss Van Auken, so it was really cool to see her up there.
Sweet. Mrs. Gore?
Basically just congratulating all the recipients this evening for the awards, Teacher of the Year, all the service providers. And also to say that I have had the opportunity for the last few years to attend the Phillies night and went, it was like 2 weeks ago, and it was absolutely amazing. I congratulated Mr. Nichols myself. He's done a phenomenal job, so I can't wait to see who's going to fill his shoes. But all the best to him, and yeah, thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Mrs. Kalanick?
Congratulations to the teachers and education service professionals. I did attend my first special services meeting last week, and I wanted to just let everybody know that I learned a lot, and they were speaking another language when I first got to the meeting. But everybody that was on the call was very gracious and gave me an acronym sheet and such. So thank you so much for everything you do in that department. And please pass it on to all the teachers there too. I know that you're trying to get things done with arm tied kind of behind your back. So, and I wanted to thank the AI committee members too, because everybody's showing up and it's, time out of their day, and I really appreciate them supporting the committee and supporting me. So thanks.
Great. I didn't mean to skip you. Uh, Everybody else, when I said any comments, they all jumped at their microphones, so that's why I kind of went to them. If you have something? Sorry.
Again, I want to wish all of the teachers, the teacher appreciation. I also, my boy, one of my children had Mrs. Van Auken. I think she looks wonderful. Not even a day changed, which is amazing. And that's it. That's it. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? So the Phillies night was the same night as bingo. Am I correct, Mr. Bilodeau? Where they raised a lot of money. I went to bingo instead and I won nothing, just so you know.
That is, this is
Oh, it was
all
the
by
same-
design.
It's probably a
Oh,
good thing you didn't win anything.
Phillies was the same as the mental health night.
You were both out there, you would have won.
That's correct.
Back here, you can't.
I did do the bingo though. I also did, I just did a production of Legally Blonde at Mullen. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute. I never saw the movie, but I drug my 21-year-old daughter. Don't make fun of me. I drug my 21-year-old daughter who kind of explained and giggled in all the right spots because she saw it. I would highly recommend the board members, if you get the opportunity to do some of these events at your home schools, oh my gosh, go do it. It's so much fun. And I highly suggest candy bar bingo at an elementary school. Like, honestly, it is a good time. So I would hope that you try to get out to some of these events. We also did the UV lead graduation. It was great seeing those kids recognized. I also want to thank all of our teachers and our dedicated professionals for all the hard work they do on their recognition tonight. And that is all I have. Can I get a motion to go home?
Second.
Mrs. Johnson, Mr. Gibbons. All in favor?
Aye.
Have a great night.
True story.